I'm Elsa Marquez, and I play Dr. Elaine Lorrati in Making of a Serial Killer.
The car is waiting, Doctor.
For a Dr. Lorrati?
Now let's get you up to speed on what we do here.
The film pretty much revolves around this guy who's getting different visions and he's hearing voices from the future. These voices are trying to tell him that he needs to kill certain people, he needs to do certain things in order to change the future because the world is not going in the right direction and pretty much has a very grim outcome if he doesn't do these particular things. That is actually one of the very popular questions, one of the most popular questions that I've been asked just by friends and family and people that have seen the trailer. But it is not a horror film. It is actually a psychological drama with a little bit of a sci-fi twist to it. I actually first got called in for a walk-on role. It was a very small one-day shoot type of role, and then along the way there were rewrites, script changed, and then I was asked to see if I wanted the role of Dr. Elaine Lorrati. Once I started speaking to Jane, to Russ about the role, what she was about, give me a little bit of the history, and I read some of the script, I really liked this role. I saw her as being a very poised woman, very in control, and she's a villain, and it's always fun to play the villain.
Why kill a bunch of people at a mall?
It's all part of the plan, and armed people are more difficult to control.
She thinks she's in control and she's calling the shots. Definitely not to make the world a better place. I guess in her eyes, she is.
We don't want to be the bad guys. So when depopulation begins, the lower class will always blame Mother Nature or God.
She is actually being controlled by a higher force. She's thinking she's the puppeteer, but she's actually a puppet herself in the grand scheme of things.
Marionettes are dancing.
She is someone that Dr. Lorrati finds a particular interest in. Dr. Lorrati likes to take in people with abilities, and she likes to nurture them and then use them to her advantage.
I collect people and put them to good use.
Look at yourself. And DJ is just somebody else that she sees something special in her, not knowing ultimately what she really is. And she figures she'll take her in and use her as another one of her little puppets, not knowing that it's actually kind of working the other way around. I can honestly say it did. As I was watching it, I was very intrigued because even at this point, I wasn't exactly sure how all the pieces would fit together. So it was nice to see at least that particular version, how everything fit together, how it flowed. And then at the end we had, which I wasn't expecting, but there was a huge aha moment. You're like, oh my God. Yeah, that wasn't the best taste. They told me it was going to be a minty taste, but let's just say I was happy to get that scene over with before I gagged. I do actually. It was actually with in Dr. Lorrati's lair, house, office, or it's pretty much where she kind of does her thing with Sarah, Megan Few's character. It's fun when you have that other character and that other actress and you hit it off and chemistry's there and you just get on set and you do your thing.
I know all about you and your special skills. Such a pretty face. Wonder how many fell victim to it.
I've stopped counting.
It was interesting because we pretty much just had the direction of look on this area or this little point, and we kind of just had to envision the screens there. So It was definitely interesting, but it makes it a lot more satisfying when you see the final product and it all ties in together and it makes sense and you're like, oh, this looks pretty cool. And just trying to picture it in your head as you're talking to a wall. So it was fun. It was, like I said, it's definitely satisfying when you see the final product.